Hello everyone and welcome to my review for Kaiju number 8 chapter 30. Before I get into this week's review, I of course have to mention my subscriber goal for 2021, hitting 5,000 by the end of the year. So if you're already a fan of my videos and you're not subscribed, you might as well help me reach that milestone goal. The other thing is my Patreon. If you want to help support me and the channel directly, there's a link to that down in the description. If you join the $5 tier, you'll get access to solo leveling and omniscient reader reviews, but regardless of whatever tier you join, you'll get a shout out at the end of videos, so check that out if you're interested. With that out of the way, let's get on with the review. So, after last week's break, it seems like we've gotten the end of this fight against what I'm just calling Kaiju number 10. I think I brought this up in the last review, but there seems to be a running theme with these numbered Kaiju being humanoid, having some kind of gimmick power, and being really stupidly powerful. Pretty much all three of those apply to this guy, so it's safe to assume that he's probably going to be categorized as number 10, even if he's killed. But overall, the seemingly conclusion of the fight in this chapter was really good. So in the last chapter, when Mina showed up, it's like, oh shit, is Mina just going to 1v1 this thing? Because we've already seen how ridiculously powerful, like, her cannon is. And also, she's going up against a Kaiju type that is it's her specialty. She's at her best when she's going up against these gigantic Kaiju. But no, actually, it ended up being a team effort among all three of the powerhouses in the Defense Force. You, of course, still have Mina, with her gigantic fuck-off Kaiju obliterating gun. Then you have Hoshina going in and, you know, taking down the legs of Kaiju number 10, but then you also have Shinomiya, who's coming in and basically supporting him. So it's the two of them working together in order to immobilize number 10 so that it becomes an easier target for Mina to take out, and it was all pretty nice. Now, we actually get to see, finally, what the purpose of this tiger that Mina has is. I think it was like chapter 1, we see her for the first time. These people going around taking down giant alien-looking monsters. They have super advanced sci-fi weaponry. They have big guns and shit. And then this chick is running around with an actual fucking tiger. So it's like, what is the deal with this thing? Is it just here to look cool? Is it like, it's like in every sci-fi setting, you have stuff that should not be there because it's just completely unrealistic. It's like, why do people still use swords in a lot of sci-fi? Hoshina, why the fuck? It's like, yeah, why do you have swords when we fight Kaiju? So the same goes here. Why do you have an actual fucking tiger here when you're running around with guns shooting giant monsters? And we actually get the use for it. It's basically here to reduce the recoil of Mina's giant cannon. It stands behind her and provides support so that she doesn't get knocked over by the recoil of her own shot. So that's actually pretty neat. But yeah, we get all of them working together. We get Shinomiya trying to do the best that she can. She pushes herself to her limit. Hoshina manages to take down this thing's legs. I think that's the first time we see number 6. First time we see, like, Form 6, 8-fold slasher. Pretty cool. Once again, as I mentioned in the last review, Hoshina's whole thing is, like, you don't really see the actual attack, or you do, but it's mostly just all the lines, and then whoever he's attacking is cut up into a bunch of cubes. So the same thing happens here. It's really nice. And, he's thinking about how when Mina recruited him, it was all like, when I need to shoot something, can you clear the path for me? So, doing this is the only way that I can prove I exist. All the stuff about how being a swordsman in this era is completely useless and you'll never go anywhere in the Defense Force. It's all Hoshina proving his worth to the Defense Corps and to Mina. It's all great stuff. And the chapter ends with her seemingly killing Kaiju number 10, completely obliterating his upper body, his back, where his core is supposed to be. I'm not exactly sure what I should call this, but the author seems to be really good at drawing someone getting blown up, someone having a hole blown in them. I've noticed there are a few styles to doing this. I think it's most prominent in Solo Leveling in God of High School, where, like, someone gets poked with something so fast that a fucking hole just blows up in their body. Now, in those, it's never as detailed as this, so I think the artist for this series does a way better job here. It's much more graphic, but these are, like, big monsters that probably have, like, glowing green insides or something. So it's kind of like, it's not as graphic as it would be if it were, like, a human being having this happen to them, but it's really good. They do a real good job at this stuff. Now, do I think number 10 is dead? Maybe? I'm not sure. It's possible that it has multiple cores, or it can move its core around. We haven't seen Kafka do anything. The titular Kaiju number 8 did not really do anything in this fight. So I have to wonder if maybe number 10 is going to survive so that Kafka can do something to take it out. I don't know. There's the possibility it could survive and return as a recurring villain like number 9 is. We're probably just going to have to find out. They were pretty cool while they were here, so I wouldn't complain about them sticking around, but I'd say seeing the entire Defense Force squad, work together to take this thing down is pretty satisfying. So I also wouldn't mind if it's dead. We are just going to have to find out next week, I think? I'm not sure what Kaiju Showcase is. If that's just like the art thing they do when they're on break. I don't know. But we'll just have to find out. So with that, that's all I have to say for this week's review. If you enjoyed, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. I do Kaiju number 8 reviews, I want to say every week, but I'm like really every time a full chapter comes out. So if you enjoy them, you should definitely subscribe so you don't miss any of them. If you enjoy other series such as Record of Ragnarok, Jujutsu Kaisen, Kengan Omega, and Black Clover, I do videos in those series as well, so if you're interested in those, you should definitely check out my channel. If you enjoyed discussing Kaiju number 8 with other people, or you just enjoy the content I produce in this channel, I highly suggest you check out my Discord server. I have a link to that down in the description. Since it's the end of the video, it's time to give a shout out to my wonderful patrons, Archbear CJ2K, Fuse, Neo, Solo Warrior, Tyree Simmons, Dejon Redden, Anthony Chavez, Honey Mustard, Zach Rowitz, and K-God. Thank you all very much for supporting me on Patreon. I greatly appreciate it. And if you too want to get a shout out at the end of videos, or you want to get access to some extra content, you can always become a patron. I have a link to that down in the description. You can check that out if you're interested. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you around. Take care.